You're listening to Prep Insider Radio with your hosts, Tommy Morris.
Good. This is nothing to do with State Creek Baseball. I'm sorry, but have you seen a series of Fortunate Events?
Christian Pedersen.
I mean, I'm out here grinding. I'm putting in hours. I'm getting there at 5 a.m. to cheer on the water polo team at practice. I'm showing up to our basketball team. I'm showing up to our football games. We don't even have a football team, and I'm supporting that.
Noah Laxina.
And Noah Laxina's number 3 tip for Valentine's Day is...
Chill, man. Things are going to be all right. All right? You don't want to force it. Let it happen. You're going to be all right.
And Bodie De Silva from Scorebook Live.
I mean, he brought basketball into that one. I got to give him 9 out of 10. I like that.
What's up, sports fans? How's everybody doing? Welcome back to another episode of San Diego Prep Insider. I am Christian Pedersen.
Tommy Morris.
Bodie De Silva.
No Laxina.
And we have, if you believe the Del Norte Nighthawk Athletics Instagram account to be your North Star, 43 days left until we have high school sports back. I say that just because they are always posting their, some kid holding up a number countdown. I'm like, all right.
Dang.
How do you have enough kids with those numbers? Like, I feel like high school, you don't have enough kids for all the numbers.
I mean, high school athletic departments are pretty large. A football team alone is 60, and then you throw in the cross-country team, and then you throw in the water polo. You got a lot of kids there.
What kid's wearing, number,
No, not wearing, just
50?
holding.
Oh,
holding.
Okay. All right. Never mind.
It's okay.
Not to bash on kids wearing numbers in the 50s, but I just feel like there's not... Like in the 90s, like,
I feel like there's
nobody wears 90s.
I feel like there's a certain.
He has a personal grudge against double-digit numbers in the 50s.
No, there's a certain context to a football player that wears 53 can only be a certain type of skill set. You can only be a certain. There's a.
You're not running touchdowns.
Yeah, there's a certain. Does your number? We should put it on the poll. Does your number correlate to a supposed limit in your athleticism?
Well, basketball's got their illegal numbers. So.
Yeah, basketball, you can't even have anyone with any digits 6 or up. 6, 7, 8, 9, all banned because the referees can't signal to the scores table. So that's why you're 0 through 5, then 10 through 15.
So due to the refs' incapability, we're not able to express.
And in college too. The NBA,
high school and college.
Yeah, NBA is the only one you can do it.
So nothing over 55.
And Olympics too. You have to be like 1 through 12 or whatever.
Wait,
but you didn't know this?
I feel like
I'm trying to run
bad news to you right now.
No. I'm trying to run through my mind of like every basketball game I have ever covered. I haven't realized.
No,
that
6,
there's
7,
no
8,
like
9.
71 or 17
Can't
or
do
there's
it.
none of the like. I feel like we'll put it on the poll.
You will see him occasionally, and then when the ref picks up on it, you get the quick technical.
I feel like I deserve some sort of shaming
have you seen
for
one?
this.
I've never seen
I
one.
had a couple last year, but it was one team that like their uniforms got destroyed, so they were using like some like
Practice
club
something.
or practice
Oh, yeah.
thing, and yeah.
This is hitting me really hard. I feel like I
It's like we just opened his third eye.
Yeah, you're like,
No. This is I'm embarrassed. I feel
King Tut's like crew, like whatever.
well, no, but this
pyramid
just
thing.
feels like I call myself a sports person and I should have known this.
It's the little
Like,
things,
yeah,
bro. It's the little
ugh.
things.
I mean, most people, if I didn't have such an illustrious JV basketball career, I wouldn't have known that because when we were choosing our numbers, you couldn't pick anything that had digit over 5.
I know. I just thought the coaches
Deal.
were whack. Like, you guys don't have this number.
What about track numbers? No, is that a thing? Like
lanes. It's just all about lanes.
That's just all about lane?
You want them closest to the middle as possible. Like if you run lane 9, it's like everyone looks at you like
bro, what are you doing here?
It's like, bro, you like good luck. Like it's a sad if you go on a tournament or whatever, or you go on a truck meet and you're lane 9, like, and you tell people, they like look at you in like sadness, like dang, like they feel bad for you.
What about lane 1? Then you're kind of sick.
That's just as bad.
Yeah, but you're
you gotta
number
run. It's sad because when you're starting in the front and then you just see everyone just like come around the
That
curve
would
and
actually
just eat
mess
you
with your
up.
head so
I'd be
much.
like, oh my god, I had this whole. It just looks like you blew a big lead, but you really didn't. Track is weird, but I love it.
I have grown to love it more. Track is one of the sports where I feel like every time I've gone to cover it, I've ended up loving it more and never taken a step backwards in terms of I've never been to a track meet or anything like that where I've walked away gone, that was a waste of my time. Like that was
even in like defeat, like even in like moments where you're like, dang, that sucked, but it's still entertaining. Like I don't want anyone. I hope that nobody like runs into hurdles this year in the hurdles, but like when someone first like, oh, but it's like entertaining, or like when someone doesn't pass the baton in the zone, you're like, oh, but it's entertaining at the same time.
But lane 9, you get to catch everyone on the curve, so you feel really cool. That could be your whole highlight. It's just the curve.
But
Just
okay,
stop.
look at that. You might be the only one who wants to run in lane 9 then, because I know when you start in lane 9, you're looking and all the other 8 people are ahead of you to start. You're like, oh my god, and then you look at your lane and you have a big circle. And you're like,
Big
oh
metal
my
beam.
god, yeah. You're like, there's no one catching them.
No.
I would totally do that. I would start in lane 9 and then like have that like stretch around the corner where it looks like you're going super fast and like just post
like
that.
the like like the like in the MLB when they have like those little in between inning shows and like they give a guy a head start and then the guy
freeze
just
or whatever and it
just catches him. That's how it looks when you're someone who's fast in lane 9. That's how it starts.
DK Metcalf.
Just like you just catch him. I tried to give you visual radio.
Yeah,
now.
exactly.
It was okay.
Everyone enjoyed it.
We also teeter back and forth between the visual and the audio, so we can't figure ourselves out. It's okay. You're doing fine. So okay, I want to make sure I'm writing this poll question. Did you know that there are no jerseys with 6 through 9 on them in high school basketball? Am I wording that correctly?
Yeah.
All right.
I bet you are not in the. I bet most people don't know that. I think that's probably because everybody just watches NBA and they see like, oh, you know. Like,
here's what's going to screw up this poll though: is Full Time Hoops is going to retweet it, and then that'll be basketball people, and like we won't get a true high school.
or he'll just
sports
make fun of you, which is what I would prefer.
Hey, you're Mr. CPED, man. Target on your back, huh?
You could
no,
comment.
no, it's not. No, never to my back. No, that you're just not here for the basketball shows usually.
You should,
With your
from your personal account, you should reply to the poll and be like, at Full Time Hoops, please don't yell at me. I'm sorry.
Reply, dude. As a reply.
Yeah, exactly.
That way, like,
Yeah,
get more
yeah.
little, like 10 minutes later, be like, and then it gets a whole new wave of people.
Yeah, exactly. God, we're so smart at social media.
Wow, look at us. We're giving this.
Roping people in. Yeah, I know.
All right, so I'm also going to put it on the poll.
We'll bleep that out. Yeah, we're going to bleep the whole thing out.
Yeah.
No, we don't.
Hey, we show them the blueprint,
We
still
don't-
beat
we
them at
don't- we
it.
don't- yeah.
Show them the blueprint, still beat them at it.
Dude, we're for sure that we are of anybody's conceptual of being like their organization within high school
we're not worried
coverage.
about them, but okay.
We are the one group that I feel like has always been like, we're running the ball right there. Like we're running the
Stop
ball
us.
right through the
Right.
6 hole. Try and stop
I
us.
dare you.
And everyone else dances around and pivots and tries to do all this other stuff. We're like, no, we're just going to cover every sport evenly. We're going to be a self-aware parody. We're going to be a bunch of like, we understand that Mikey Williams is the greatest basketball player right now at San Ysidro, but we will give coverage instead to the others. Okay, look, no, that's right, that's right. Like we've always done that, so yes, I will always lean into this. We'll also put it on the poll.
Can I go on a tangent about that really quick?
But I just want to label the poll just so people know to follow us on SD Prep Insider at Twitter and Instagram. We'll throw it out there. Do we need more full-time hoops making fun of Mr. CPED on the show? Yes, and hell yes. Tommy, you got what do you?
Yeah,
a 2-minute tangent or a 10-minute?
2 minutes.
All right.
So
fair.
when I go on Snapchat, I see these like little story things at the bottom that are like company made. One of them's always overtime, and Mikey Williams on there all the time is like, "You will not believe who was talking trash to Mikey before the game," and it's like a clip from like 3 years ago from like some kid who is like on the JV team at Montgomery. Like,
Click though.
I never click it because I know what it is. But I guarantee you, so many, like I hate how that works. I hate how that works. Oh, this kid's the next LeBron. It's like a 14-year-old in an AAU tournament where there's like 50 kids on the court wearing like jerseys that look like they're in like some sort of movie where everyone's wearing like monster truck shirts.
It's like number.
It's like the craziest
26.
number 243. Like, or like they'll do something where it's like $1 million move, $0 bucket. Like the kid like spinning around in circles a million times and like throwing the ball off the side of the backboard, and everyone's like, "That's the coolest video I've ever seen." Can we as a society, can we stop doing this?
Hey man.
Sorry, am I preaching to the choir here?
No. Yeah, I understand you 100%, but it's just crazy how like in today's society, like the only thing that matters is getting those views. So
Well,
Right,
and
I know.
I think it's like the middle
Most-
schoolers, like the teenagers that like will reply, "Oh, I'm better than that," or like,
Yeah,
and
it's
they
all
get their
about
mentions,
interaction.
and then that's all they want.
Yeah,
It's not-
exactly.
It's like we say positive or negative. It's
Yeah.
still business. It's still good business.
Anything. I know. It's just
There's just a certain amount of clout.
the headlines are so insane.
Yeah.
The best dunk you'll ever see, and it's a kid doing like a reverse dunk in a open gym,
Something
like
you do,
with
huh?
nobody guarding him. It's like I've seen somebody do that, like with my eyes. I've seen somebody do that. I don't.
You know what I would be down for in the coming months of just waiting for high school basketball to come back? Well, maybe gyms are going to be one
That's
of the
gonna be a
slower
time.
groups to get full participation. There's so many of these good photogs that go around now doing these cool edits, Calvin TSC and whatever. I would just like to see, can we start getting that like dunk vibe going, like a dunk off again? And Yes, Tommy, you have something you want to share with the class?
Overtime Snapchat. Drake wasn't having it. It's him shooting like a 2-pointer. Sorry, it's so ridiculous.
Their media, they need some media help. They do, because that's bad. Like, I think even kids look at that and they're like, "What?" But they're gonna click on it, but they're like,
I guarantee that clip's from like 6 months ago too. Like I promise you.
Are all you guys on TikTok yet?
I tried to do TikTok today, but nobody thought it was funny, so I just deleted it, and now I'm done.
They do have some like tips and stuff. Like I'll have like Nikki send me some. My sister, she'll send me some. Like,
so I'm the only one that has a TikTok here.
Yeah, I'm not.
I'm the only one that uses it actively.
We should do it. SD.
Dude, Vine. Oh, Vine was.
What do they know about the Vine these days?
We all sound so old,
right?
Ooh, about
but Vine
Vine
is so beast. I don't know. That was a classic. That's like one of those things that you're just always gonna remember. Like, dang, Vine, what a time.
Or we can just start titling all the things ridiculous.
I mean, we have a TikTok.
CPED goes off like you've never heard before. Must see.
And then
clip from 2017.
Brody De Silva said what?
Brody De Silva said what when he was in high school? Must click.
You'll never believe the prediction Noah Laxina has for this Friday night's big upset loss.
In basketball from 2018.
Scrimmage week.
Oh man, I'm sorry. I just
actually the only one of those that would actually be good to throw back to is us dealing with the Carson Baker nonsense of like 4 years ago when everybody was all up on us for not putting him at numero uno in the top 50 seniors. And I think that would be the one that you could get away with actually being like, oh my gosh, they said what? That SDSU starting quarterback wasn't the number one player in high school in his senior year. Like that would be the one, but yeah, everything else would be goofy as hell.
Big game tonight in Carson.
The Carson State Aztecs. Whatever. No fans anyway. I don't think it really matters. Do they drive those kids up
shout out
the
Greg
day
Bell.
Before?
I would think.
No, you'd know this.
Yeah, shout out.
Do they drive them up like the Thursday after the Friday night game, or do they do it day of?
Usually they're like stay in a hotel.
Okay.
So they'll be like the day or 2 days before, and then meetings. And then
you say shout out Greg Bell, but can I shout out the murderers in front of him running that O line?
Yes,
oh, dude, Dunkel.
Dom.
I mean, Dom's a big dude, but
no, it's because Dom's just like he's a center. He's a like interior lineman. Dunkel's bigger.
But Dom's like the brain of the.
No, but okay. So here's I think what I'm trying to say is that Dom has always been intimidating, but Dom is a compact. He's now
it's very like
he's grown into his body to be. He knows how to. He's the exact size he needs. That's a horrible radio thing.
Dom's a thing that I think looks like Kirby from.
No, that's not what happened.
No, Dom's muscle.
That's not what I said. Bro.
Dom's muscle is thickness. Like he's solid. But I saw Dunkel as just like, bruh, that is a murderer. He's like 340 pounds. He's got the full face painted in black. Just got the chest, the tummy hanging out. Like he's just like
he's beautiful.
I was like, bruh, if I lined up against that, I'd be like, my soul is gonna get ripped out right now. And Greg Bell is running through that hole, and I'm so happy to see San Diego opening up those lines for him.
Beautiful.
What happened to the defense? Why can't we get Rashad Scott to get more interceptions?
They only given up 14 points.
Yeah, no, I need turnovers. We
use
Tariq,
fundamentally sound defense.
Look, Tariq Thompson or
yes,
because I get the two the two Thompsons. No, there was Rodney Thompson and Tariq Thompson. I get the two Thompsons.
Ronnie Thompson played this week, by the way.
No, but hold on. I'm just gonna say that Tariq got me spoiled thinking that every DB coming out of San Diego was just gonna go ball hog. Yeah. You were gonna say though.
God, I wish we get a good DB out of San Diego to go to USC where I went to school, but unfortunately there aren't any.
Tommy said what about the number 5 YouTuber at USC?
I'll
clip it.
I have a Tariq Thompson story. So going into our senior year, we went to like a USA camp, like combine type thing, and we're doing one-on-ones, right? And I'm like, come on, Tariq, like you got like we're just talking to each other because San Diego, we're boosting each other up, and he's going against this Bishop Gorman dude who's all decked out, like sleeves everywhere, bands everywhere. Like, he looks like, he has his Gorman shorts on, gold cleats, so he looks like, he's going to go to work, right? And Tariq's just, nice and relaxed. The dude tries to do a wheel, and when he cuts up to do the wheel, Tariq picks him up and throws him on top of, like, all the other participants on the sideline. And all of the San Diego, we're like, let's go. And he's like, I want this. It was beast.
He's got like that quiet confidence.
Yeah. And because he's always been like I don't really talk to him every day, but like every time I run him, I'm like, oh, it's good, bro. Good man, good dude. And when I saw how I was so hyped for him, I was like, let's go. He's like that, and that's when I know like he's gonna go do big things because he's a dog. He does not care who's lined up in front of him. He's gonna go to work.
The reference I've always used him in is one of the guys that you don't get to fully appreciate his athleticism because he really was an excellent two-sport or a three-sport. He was great at basketball, but he was a great basketball player. Like he was one of those like the way that everyone sort of says, oh, by the way, Tony Gwynn was a really good point guard, but you don't really know. Like I've always been like, yeah, there's a small list of players that I've ever seen do things like Mac Bingham will be in the major leagues and will be like that guy was a really good running back. Like there's some of those types of dudes. Tariq has always been one of those guys because I've felt like his basketball career, maybe he didn't have the right body build or whatever to take it, to a pro level.
But just a perfect fit for what that team needed too.
At that time, and with that group, with that team, he was something very fun to watch. Absolutely. Can I ask a basketball question around the room here? Yeah. Do some actual serious reporting, then I'll get you guys out of here in a couple minutes.
We're flowing right now.
Yeah, man, we're getting there. So there have been a lot of basketball coaching changes, a couple of retirements, a couple of hirings. I want to run through a list of 5 hires and just get around the room which one you guys think is the most impactful or biggest hire. And these are all per our boy Full-Time Hoops. Ryan Meyer is now going to be the head coach at Mount Miguel. DJ Gay, because that's the only way I'm allowed to. Yeah, that's the only way I'm allowed to introduce him.
Were you the one doing that back in the day?
I went to a lot of those games.
I got like a flashback, like flash from I just hit him hitting a 3.
Yeah, so he'll be the head coach at La Jolla Country Day. Aaron Douglas is now the coach at Steel Canyon. Ryan Smith is the coach at Oceanside, and Clark Allard is the new head coach at Carlsbad. So let's start with you, Noah. Out of that list, what jumps out to you as the impact hire?
I mean, as like a
however
Gen
you would like to look, yeah,
type of guy, like just all of the big splash. I'm gonna say DJ Gay just because like seeing him play basketball at an elite level at state, and then I feel like the kids are going to know that going into that program, like, dang, this kid, like we used to watch this guy, and I feel like he's going to have a great opportunity right away to, set the tone and be like, this is, if you guys want to get to the next level, this is how you're going to have to work. This is how you're going to have to prepare. And I feel like that's going to be it has potential to be a big time over there at La Jolla Country Day.
Bodie?
I know you asked for one. I'll give you 2. Ryan Smith did a great job up at Fallbrook. I mean, that was a program that had, I think, won 1 game maybe in his first year and turned that around. And Oceanside's had some success, and it'll always be the second sport behind football there, but they've had some guys. And then secondly, Clark Allard at Carlsbad. Sam Eshelman the last couple of years got him to championship games, steps away to become athletic director. So I think that's a really good team that there's some guys in place and can win right away.
And it should be noted that Sam's probably not going to step entirely away from the basketball program.
I mean,
he's not
connected,
and he's not leaving in a way that would have any of those current players wanting to transfer or something like that is maybe the biggest impact there. But that's kind of what I'm saying. He won't be like leaving the program. Yep. Tommy?
I'm glad no one took mine. I'm going to take Aaron Douglas. I like guys. This is not supposed to be knocking any of the coaches, but Aaron Douglas, the guy who walked on at San Diego State, had to work really hard to be there. You don't get to do that unless you're A, a hard worker, and B, smart. And so I think a hard worker who's smart is probably a guy you want to be a head coach somewhere someday. And so
that sounds like he's going to be good.
Aaron Douglas, he's a young guy. I think he's probably the youngest one of all the people we just mentioned. I think he's got a bright future, so I'm going with Aaron Douglas.
This is why I like doing shows with you guys, because we don't produce any of this stuff, and then we all actually wind up picking different people.
I thought Bodie was going to take mine second.
Because I'm going to go with Ryan Meyer. And I think for 2 things. One, the fact that you have 2 La Jolla Country Day tied people with Ryan and Aaron Douglas both going out to that East County, it's going to be a fun rivalry. Like, there's going to be some just fun, like, there's going to be something good happening out there. But I look at what Ryan Meyer was able to accomplish at La Jolla Country Day, both in terms of utterly just destroying me by chipping away to 22-point halftime deficit to beat La Jolla in a CIF championship.
That was hilarious.
And I have the text messages to prove that I knew it was going to happen. I called it at halftime. I hate myself. But
You spoke it into existence.
yeah, we lose a lot of championship games, Noah. But look at what he got done at La Jolla Country Day. A lot of success there with a pretty. I'm trying to tiptoe around saying this in any way. I don't want this to come across as an insult, but he did it with a pretty limited skill set in terms of his players' athleticism and body type, and Raymond Liu, Alex Cho, Ryan Langborg, all great high school basketball players, but not necessarily a group of dudes that you could just throw out against any body-sized team and be like, they can ultimately just go to bang and they can get in the post and they can beat any. They had to be very specifically coached in a way that specifically, like, they had to play their best game every single time to get some of the signature wins that they got. I look at the demographics with the last 3 or 4 years of Mount Miguel being in the playoffs and winning some championships, and there are bigger dudes across the aggregate, and he will start to work with maybe some more depth and whatnot, because it's a public school and it's a little larger program and he doesn't have to worry about one transfer depleting something. I look at what's available there, and that's kind of interesting. Like, he could go on a 5 to 10 year run and dominate a community that doesn't really have anyone drawing, everyone basketball wise transfers over here or over there. It could be really, really interesting.
Yeah, that state title that they had 2 years ago will always stick out to me.
When you say they, just
La Jolla Country Day, when
just
Ryan
the
and I was there.
Yeah.
And their first round game, they had to host a Carlsbad team that was coming in off a CIF title. Then after that, to go on the road. And I love when San Diego teams can go up to LA and win state playoff games. I was up at the game at Fairmont Prep, one of the best I've seen a San Diego team perform. And then to go beat Granada Hills the next week and then go up to Sacramento and clinch a state title. I always love seeing that.
It certainly is nice to see San Diego teams, no matter who, going on to state championships. We had planned on talking a little bit of high school fantasy football, but maybe let's do that as a tease for next week's show now, and actually work some of the math out just via text so that we don't argue over too pedantically. But
14 quarterbacks on
points
each
per
team.
reception.
Yeah. Oh no, we're not. Well, actually,
yeah. See, that's where we need
Nah,
to.
PPR is. I feel like it's
No.
good in high school.
I mean,
only using
I'll stay
stats
here and
reported
have-
on Scorebook Live.
See, this is where you get the show.
You're hired.
You get the show. You get it.
Find out.
Coaches,
Never
if you
guess
want,
what
if you
Tommy
want, yeah,
wanted to put on his rules for fantasy football.
wildest rules of all time. Coaches,
Tommy
yeah,
said, "What about
coaches,
winning
if you-
money
yeah,
off of
yeah.
high school football
Coaches-
games in an illegal gambling ring?"
No pressure, coaches, but if you want your kids to be mentioned on
all
the radio,
wrong.
it must be on Scorebook Live. So no
They
pressure.
start yelling for so long, the voice starts to go down, you can see losing breath.
That's what we do. Just by the fifth
Oh,
or
man.
sixth teaser, the dude's just like, and make sure you hear
all
what Bodie
confident.
said.
And on Sunday,
No,
Sunday.
no more coughing. Nobody's coughing
Okay,
in
no,
anything
we
right
no
now.
coughing, yeah.
I feel like
I got my mask on.
No, but I'm saying
We
I
got
feel
our
like just
mask on.
the cough in general as an audio bit is gonna die off for a little
Yeah,
bit.
yeah.
Like there's gonna be less of those
Too soon, bro. Too soon.
There's gonna be less of those you got allergies. Achoo! There's gonna be like no.
Nah.
Just let's acknowledge you have allergies. This pill works. We're not doing the sound.
Yeah, I
effects.
saw a medicine. No, I saw.
Cut it. Let's just get to the
I
point.
won't name
Get
the
it going.
brand because they're not paying us, but I saw a medication for stuffy noses. I was like, bro, not right now.
Not the time.
Another time, man. You're lame.
It's bigger than you.
Yeah.
But yeah, so we'll get around to that next week as our great radio tease. Anything though on the way out, I always just like to ask, it's not officially the What's Good segment, but I mean, what's good? Anything you guys want to talk about before next week's show?
I'm good, man. Life's good. I know there's a lot of stuff going on, but keep the
Life's
faith.
good. Life's
Keep
good.
the faith. Better days are ahead.
Yeah,
No.
nothing particular.
Optimism. Hearing some rumblings that athletics directors are encouraging their kids to get all their medical stuff done as soon as possible. Not saying, just saying.
Whoa.
I mean, I've always said that I think CIF will host a season, CIF will host a postseason, and it's up to every school as to what kind of participation we'll get. And that's looking like that's what we're going to have, is that it's going to be splotchy and inconsistent, and we might have some wild
Brackets
we might have some banners going up in gyms that would not otherwise happen. Or we might end up with literally just Helix versus Cathedral and everything. Who knows? We don't know. Nobody knows. None of this makes sense anymore, but it looks like it's going to happen. I will close out with this coming week. We've got announced the National Letter of Intent signing event at Petco Park for the San Diego Sports Association and all CIF San Diego section athletes. 250 kids will be in attendance.
Which day is that again?
November 11th.
All right.
You want to come?
Yes.
Come take photos.
Yeah, I will.
Deal.
Am I allowed?
Yeah, I have literally one media spot available.
Oh.
And guess who doesn't get it? Please hold.
Yes, correct.
Whoa.
Correct. Yes, all right. Alrighty then.
Pobrecito.
Pobrecito Doyers. Pobrecito Doyers. But no, 250 kids, and that doesn't include, I have it right now as another 37 juniors and sophomores who have verbally committed. So we're closing in on 300 kids will have committed to college athletics even in a COVID year.
Wow.
And I think that is something that should be freaking celebrated. Because
It's great.
Yeah. I don't see most of these colleges backtracking on these offers and reneging them if the high school season doesn't happen. Like if you're already if you're going to sign on the 11th, I don't see them being like, "Oh, California canceled your season, we're going to renew it." And so 250 kids getting their sport, because this is happening in spring sports that did not have their junior year and they're still committing. This is happening in fall sports that might not have their senior year. It's just dope to see. It's effing awesome, and I love it, and that's what I live for, because like we said earlier, we're pointing to that 6 hole. We're going to keep covering all sports evenly. We interviewed Brawley softball yesterday.
What are you going to do about it?
Yeah, that's what's up. All right, folks, we'll talk to you guys next time. Thanks for tuning into another San Diego Prep Insider. I am Christian Pedersen. This is Noah Laxina. Bodie De Silva, we should mention, is from Scorebook Live, the official digital content provider of the San Diego CIF section. And Tommy Morris is here on behalf of the young Coach Hines.
Correct.
Yes.
You won't believe what goes on next week on San Diego Prep Insider. Wacky, wildest thing you've ever heard.
I feel like this needs to more close like an old Batman episode.
Oh,
Will Tommy survive? Yeah. Can Noah save the damsel in distress?
Tune in next
Will Bodie find out who his true parents are? Find out next week on San Diego Prep Insider. Same bat time, same bat channel. Talk to you later, folks.